Peace, world. What's going on? This is Hakim Hopkins, founder of Black and Nobel, mission of the prisons out of Philadelphia. And today we're doing an exclusive private interview with Brother POLIGHT. So basically, put your seatbelts on because you know how it goes in. Basically, my first question for the interview is, being as though we just got done a debate with Rabbi Harry Rosenberg. What's the feedback? I've been hearing a lot of feedback on the internet from the conscious community, but what's your feedback, or do you have any from the Jewish community? Because I don't see a whole bunch of feedback online, but have you heard of it?
Well, yeah, they actually, members of the Jewish community actually posted some videos, and I created a new hate club, you know. I'm used to black people doing it. So I said, oh man, I brought the niggas, so to speak, out of these white folks. And they're doing their post-debate rebuttals. I've been offered 3 different opportunities from 3 different rabbis, 2 of which come from the same community, 1 of which comes from a different community, to do a follow-up. So I'm excited about that. Let me pick this up real quick. We'll do it over here. Sorry. Right now, my brother's from Philly, Black and Nobel, then my brother from Brooklyn is going to interview me, then Sinetta. I'm going to do a missing slides presentation because when I debated the rabbi, he tapped out, so I never got to do my 3rd round. So.
I know, I'm about to hold thing, man. He just looking hurt, man.
No doubt.
You killed him with the circumcision joint, man. It was a like, nigga, pack up and get out of here. That nigga is a historic pedophile, man.
You already know. Wait till I'm going to send you the 2nd round. I'm going to send you out the 2nd round. Look, it's going to be crazy. You're going to like that. That's up your alley, the way you be thinking. Because I give each round its own personality. So I know the carnivorous warrior class of our community, they wanted to draw blood, so I gave them that 1st round. But my 2nd round is more scientific. You feel me? And then my third round was based on paleontology, archaeology, and linguistics. So each round has its own personality, so I can cater to several different demographics. You know what I mean?
All right, that's crazy. I can't wait. Hey,
so I'm gonna send to you.
Tell you like yesterday I wasn't feeling good. Like I was, for some reason I was like down on energy, whatever, like feeling like my stomach was hurting. I was wondering if there was anything like you suggest that
earlier.
take or whatever, make me feel a little better.
I got you. I'm gonna text it to you right now.
My God, appreciate you, bro. Thanks, man.
You already know. So I'm gonna finish up what I'm doing here. I'm gonna definitely give you a call. Where you at? You in the studio tonight or you chilling?
Yeah, no, I gotta work, man. A lot of people. Get me feeling back right because I got the white man tonight. My A&R there.
Oh, I did. Which one you at tonight? Olympic or Boulevard?
I'm at West 1 and San Juan. We be at.
All right.
I ain't working with Puffin. I'm doing my own my project. Like, hurry up and get this thing closed up. Plus, I got picked up by I was telling you about Kanye's management.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be like the next level of everything. Kanye's building a big facility out here, a big studio.
Oh.
I got to go see it. It's like 6 rooms in there, lounges, all kind of production rooms. Crazy. You already know I'm gonna take you over there, man. You know what I'm saying?
I already know, brother. I always appreciate you.
Take you up in there so you can be man. You know what I'm saying? Make an impact on his life too.
That's right. Appreciate the Puff connection.
Puff changed his kitchen to vegan.
Yeah, I already know. He was open that night too when I was building with Puff, so I that's a good look. You doing your thing.
It was a little too much reality for him, because it's like you gotta embrace it when you a real nigga. Like when you know real shit, you can't like just duck out. Like when a nigga giving you that knowledge.
You already know. It's gonna stick.
It was hurting him.
Yeah.
It was hurting him. So he was like, all right, okay. Like, all right, you beat me up enough now. I submit.
I already know. I know you be going through it. But I just thought it was real how he stopped the whole studio session that night and just locked in when I was building about the health. That was like over an hour. So I was like, you know, that made me feel good to have an impact. So I always appreciate you for that. connections
for
and
sure,
all.
man. We just gonna keep spreading, keep going, you know?
Yeah, man. Let's talk later and figure out what we could do, contribute to the school. I see Puff is rocking out with the school in Harlem. I'm in Harlem right now, so you know, anything that we could do to keep the people involved with that program or that project, we all over that. You know, I be in Harlem a lot, so I want to build you, Puff, and all that about that later.
All right, bet. Let's do that. So send me that text so I can know what to do.
I got you, King.
All right, bro. Thank you, man.
Peace, brother. Yeah, that's the studios, brother. Yeah, I was hitting Puff heavy with the herb information. So I'm glad that he changed his diet.
Once somebody like that make the change, so many people will follow.
Yeah. So that's a good dude. And you know, Puff building the
charter school,
got
right?
a charter school in Harlem. We be in the lab doing a lot of building, bro. When I'm in LA,
I've been online looking, and
I be going in when I'm in LA, man.
That's one of the reasons that you know.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna just give this brother.
Yeah.
I mean, you kept it going, right?
Yeah.
That was good info.
Yeah, that's definitely good info.
That as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna give this brother some herbs and I'm good. Yeah. You could build. I'm here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, you know, we're interviewing Brother POLIGHT, the young phenom, skilled in many different things, but you know, he's very popular for shutting people down in the debates. So, you know, I known him before the debates, and he was very popular or still is, for encouraging people to be entrepreneurs. So, you know, my input on what's going on right now in 2016, to watch it manifest and be a part of it, you know, from the beginning, you know, it basically sends chills up my spine, up and down my spine, because I know it's possible. You know, there's so much negative things going on in the community. When this brother shows up, the sun comes out, you know, and I can definitely contest to that, because each and every time Brother POLIGHT has been to Black and Odell in Philly, the economy went up. So, you know, I'm appreciative of him being able to speak about entrepreneurship, and then, you know, basically showing through, you know, right there on the spot as he's speaking. You know, you can see his family making the food. You know, if you've never been at one of his lectures or any of his platforms to hear him speak live, you definitely have to make sure you make it there to experience, you know, greatness. You know, we've been rocking out for a lot of years now, so to watch it manifest is a big deal, you know, for the people that follow us. So if you haven't heard, you will be hearing much more of him, besides just in the conscious community, but in the music industry. And, you know, we're honored to do the interview today. I don't really do a lot of interviews, but I'm definitely excited about doing this interview.
Right.
So, you know, my first question is, you know, we just had this big debate with Rabbi Harry Rosenberg. And, you know, I've been hearing a lot of talk about, you know, you and all the things that, you know, you put on the table about the Jewish community and other religions.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, it's exciting because, you know, you hear great comments and you hear not so great comments. So, you know, the not so great comments are the ones, because people really pay attention and they're really analyzing them. So the not so great ones, you know, we hear them all the time. You know, because as we say, a lot of times we're our own worst enemy. But for this debate, you did it on a whole nother level, with another culture, someone outside of the black race, you know what I mean? So that was a big deal. And I just want to know, have you had any feedback from the Jewish community about the debate last month?
Definitely got a whole lot of feedback. In fact, the Jewish community members of the Jewish community have taken the time out to do videos to not really rebut my claims. They're more on the slander tip. They're parrying. If this was boxing, they are deflecting. And rather than address if they're being instructed to lie to people that are non-Jews, rather than them address the oral circumcisions, they're taking the road of, you know, he's a charlatan, or he's trying to spew hate and create dissension, and this is the time for us to unify. But they're not actually addressing the core issues that resonated with the people the most at the debate. Even at the debate, Harry Rosenberg didn't even address or deny the fact that they have the right to undercompensate people that are not Jews that work for them. That which has been spoken about in their scripture, he didn't address if whether or not they have the right to lie to non-Jews. These are things that were not addressed even at the debate. And as far as the putting your mouth on babies' penises, he said, we won't judge. I don't think we should judge, but Jews have played the role of judge for black people that are being incarcerated today. So whatever do they mean, now we won't judge. You've been judging us for quite some time. I mean, Elohim means judges in itself, the word that they use for God. So I find it interesting. The debate did exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted to strike a chord in the Jewish community to the extent that members of the community will come out. I wanted to create a conversation because oftentimes our people have this inferiority complex because we see how the Jews have excelled in society. And I'm always appreciative of any race that demonstrates unity in their own capacity. Whether they stole someone else's birthright, whether they manipulated their way to get into position. I always appreciate any signs of what unity looks like when it's applied. I can always appreciate that, so I don't hate on that clause. What needs to be brought to light for the purposes of uplifting our people is that unity is not above or beyond this one. And two, you're looking up to these people of other races, but they got some skeletons in their closet too. See, the Jews control the media, so because the Jews control the media, they have the luxury and they are more at liberty to project images of other people, of other races and other stocks to look the fool, or to look like the vagabond, or to look like the deceptive, demonic, uncultured class of people. See, when you control the media, you get to evade the responsibility of being accountable for your actions. You don't even have to be. You can show everybody else looking like a criminal. You can show everyone else looking like a prostitute. You can show everyone else looking like a drug dealer. Everyone else is a homosexual. You could do that when you control the media. How much times have we seen Jews negatively portrayed in the media? So what happens is there's a stigma that'll be bared on us in the form of inferiority. Because if I'm constantly watching TV and everyone can play the role of a criminal with the exception of the Jew, subconsciously we wind up revering them as the highest race or the greatest race. It's not said, it's just that what is not being seen or told about them. The only thing you know about them, they're landlords, they're accountants, they're highly organized, they got their own hospitals, they got their own schools. So that's all you know. You don't know nothing about the negativity that takes place in their community. So after a while, it takes certain precedence in our minds, and we'll actually start believing that they are a superior race, like they are infallible. So the purpose of that presentation was just to show black people who feel that they are beneath Jews, that no matter how much we may have declined, no matter how much dissension may exist in our community, we will never put our mouths on no baby penises. We don't have a scripture that tells us to underpay people that are not of our race. We don't say that it's okay to molest children or have sex with babies after they're 3 years old and a day. That was some of my missing slides. I had more for them. And So the white man collectively has appreciated their religious convictions to the extent that they made certain concessions legally by passing laws so they can continue practicing their religion. Now, that's a hell of a force. With all the rules and regulations we've been fighting for to protect our people, they've actually passed laws so they can practice their ancient traditions of oral circumcision as an example. Those are laws that have been passed for Jews. But we can't get no laws passed for us. We can't even get acquitted of crimes we didn't even commit. You understand what I'm saying? So these debates, because of where the platform has gone, I feel it behooves me to take advantage of the opportunity to spread more awareness about certain matters like this that exist outside of our community, so we don't always be down on ourselves. We're down on ourselves. We see crime in our community. We see the fratricidal war that we wage against each other. We see the massive abortions taking place. We're leading America in diabetes. We're leading in breast cancer. There's a lot for us to look at each other in dismay about. It hurts when you're of the race that seems like we're just at the bottom of the pole. So all I want to do is spread it out, because there's a well thought out plan and agenda to make us feel like we are so inferior that the only step after that would be to beseech people outside of our race for the purposes of liberating us. That's what happens next. Well, I quit on my own people. We obviously don't got our act together. Let's go to the superior race. Let's go to the race we don't see all the crime taking place. No, Jews are committing a whole lot of crimes, but they control the media. Jews are committing acts of rape and molestation at the highest numbers, so high it's inconceivable to any of us right now. And it's been legalized. So the reason this information has to be put out again is because if we don't know, you'll have members of our race entrusting other races to fix black problems, not realizing these are the people who at our inception of problems have initiated the very problems that we're trying to evade, the very problems that we stigmatize by. These people are at the inception of our issues. I say that they are the original pedophiles. They are the original molesters. Not saying that it never really happened in African culture or black communities. I'm saying the staggering rate at which they practice and perpetrate these type of heinous acts against themselves, if they are the ones that's controlling the system, if they are the ones that's regulating the rules, regulating our people as far as the judicial system is concerned, we need to be worried. And the last thing we need to do is beseech them for any type of grace or any type of help or any type of effort. Am I saying every single body in the Jewish community is a bad person? Probably not. Am I saying most Jews are wicked? Probably so. I just say probably. I don't know all these people. I just know if you're not going to denounce those scriptures, then you are on my ugly list. You know what I'm saying? Because I cannot corroborate anyone's testimony that's going to allow grown men to put their mouths on penises, as if you can't use instruments. And as I showed at the lecture, back in ancient Egypt, the world's first hospital, or the oldest account of a hospital, Temple of Philae. When you go over there, you see Imhotep, you see his instruments, you see a sink there, you see sanitary clauses to which they perform medicinal rites. They demonstrate how to heal people. They show you how to do circumcisions with instruments. So where these people come along, coming up with these schemas, and then the worst part is you got black people that enjoying these cultures. So this lecture was important again, that debate was important again, because you have our people coming under the umbrella of Judaism, talking about they support the Talmud, and disregarding the fact that those things are in there. These people that support the Talmud, that are of our race, have children. So we gotta look at them. You also gotta look at them, because if a brother supports the Talmud, and he's in this wacky world where he believes he's a Jew, then he's also saying to himself, I can lie you or lie to you at any point in time because you're a non-Jew. So now I can't even trust my brother who says he makes subscriptions to the Talmud unless he's telling me I'm selective about what I pick and choose from the Talmud. So Harry tries to say the way the Talmud is written is that it's a conversation. So some people are for and some people are against. But I show you the video, the law has made it legal for you to do circumcision by the mouth. So what are you talking about? It's being practiced from that Talmud. Don't tell me it's a conversation, people choose, people don't. Don't tell me that. When people are practicing it today, not only practicing it, Jews made sure that it was put into law so they can have the right to execute the clauses that's inside the Talmud. But that's that trickery that they employ, but it makes perfect sense because also in the Talmud you have the right to lie to people that are non-Jews. Which brings us back to it again. This is not the religion or the spirituality of our people. Any type of spirituality that tells you it's okay to lie to other people. You know what I'm saying? What kind of spirituality is that? So I say all of that to say that the purpose for this debate was great because it's to create a conversation, create dialogues in people's houses, to also generate awareness and to also let our people in particular know that every race has their issues. Every race has their pitfalls. Do not be confused by the one that controls the media and in turn fall victim to the plan called social engineering, where they get you